Hello everyone, dear Turkish series stars family. The studio is practically vibrating tonight, like someone dimmed the lights just enough to make the air glow and then turned the volume of life all the way up. That same high-voltage rhythm pulses through the couple at the center of our tale. We're not gathering here for heartbreak, doom, or doomsday breakups. No, we're meeting the gale force that is Afra, and the man trying to laugh, breathe, and hold steady in the middle of her dazzling storm. Mert. Is it possible that loving someone can feel like being swept up in a hurricane of good chaos? Can your partner's victories leave you breathless in the best and scariest way? Before we plunge straight into this whirl of charisma and nerves, a quick reminder that your support keeps Turkish series stars alive and kicking. Make sure you subscribe, tap that bell so you never miss an update, and if you're feeling extra generous, the join button is right there with a glow all its own, waiting to unlock some special goodies. Now buckle up, because we're about to uncover how Afra is driving Mert wild, and why he wouldn't have it any other way. For weeks now, every cafe corner and late-night newsroom in Istanbul has been stuck on a single, addictive question. How on earth did Afra Sarıkoglu manage to nudge Mert Ramazan Demir to the very edge of his patience? At first glance, it sounds like a relationship meltdown, the kind of headline that begs for shouting matches and glass-shattering drama. But when you peek behind the curtain of their real lives, a very different truth starts to gleam. There's no explosion here, there's a flare. The real answer is a mosaic of brightness. Afra's unstoppable energy, her stunning upswing in success, and those playful, impulsive digital moments that keep everyone, especially Mert, alert, amazed, and slightly dizzy. This is a love story written in the margins between takes, in the glint of red carpet flashbulbs, in the echo of backstage jokes and the hush after an upload goes viral. From the start, Afra and Mert's on-screen harmony spilled into the everyday, forming a rhythm that colleagues described as seamless and viewers swore they could feel through the screen. Their schedules were brutal marathons, the kind that eat up sleep and blur weekends, yet somehow they carved out a delicate balance based on respect, trust, and a shared mischief that made even exhaustion look charming. But lately, Afra's world has caught the wind like a kite that refuses to come down, and that balance has swerved into a giddy new territory. Fresh projects bloom around her like wildflowers after a storm. Photo shoots strung back-to-back leave barely a sip of coffee between them. High-level talks with international brands turn quick hellos into long-standing partnerships. Afra has become a locomotive roaring through a sunlit valley, full steam ahead, unafraid of curves, loving the speed, and waving from the window. And behind the scenes, another phenomenon spirals upward just as fast, her digital spark. It takes only a single click, one photo, one mini video, a wink or a laugh, for social media to ignite. Her bold style and daring choices make comment counters stutter and like buttons look tired. You blink, and thousands have already weighed in, drawn in by her magnetism and that fearless confidence that says, I know who I am, and I'm not apologizing for it. And this is where Mert's mind steps into the story. Whispers from dressing rooms and dimly lit dinners suggest something nuanced unfolding in his heart, a blend of glow and sting, pride and fluttering nerves. Those close to him swear there's a sparkle in the way he talks about Afra's triumphs. One part Big Brother protectiveness, one part Thunderstruck fan. He's proud, friends say, grinning. Overflowing. But he's still human. And sharing a spotlight that bright? That takes a steady hand. On red carpets these past few weeks, Afra has claimed the air as if she owns it. She floats with the kind of ease you can't stage, anchors herself with a glance, and it's her presence that flocks photographers without any effort at all. In those moments, the sharpest paparazzi catch Mert hanging slightly back, eyes soft, a little stunned, maybe even a heartbeat late. There's a look on his face that the cameras love, part devotion, part breathless respect for the gravity of her star. Behind closed doors, the admission he's made to trusted friends is both simple and brave. Of course she draws the room toward her, that's her gift. And of course that gift makes the pulse race. He'd be lying if he said it didn't rattle him in that delicious, vulnerable way. So what's really hiding behind the tantalizing line that she drove him crazy? Not a breakup, not an ultimatum, not a single slammed door. Instead, there's a dance, light teasing, daring dares, and silliness that spills into day-to-day life. Afra is unpredictability wrapped in sunshine. A surprise plan here, a sudden detour there. One afternoon, a last-minute shoot flips the day upside down. The next morning, a call sends them sprinting to an out-of-town event with 5 minutes to pack and 1 minute to laugh about it. Keeping up would make anyone sweat, but if you look closely, you can see it. Mert is fueled by this tempo. It stretches him without breaking him, tests his patience but rewards his courage, and he secretly thrills at the way monotony never has a chance. Be honest, Turkish series stars family, could you keep up? Would you want to? Do you crave a love that steals your breath in joyful little attacks, or are you happier with a slower rhythm, a soft and steady heartbeat that never spikes? Tell us. Your stories are the lifeblood here. And if you like how we crack open celebrity psychology with a wink and a microscope, you know where to find that join button. It's waiting to turn you into an insider, to keep our independent voice running loud. Those who've had the luck to observe the couple up close insist there's more gasoline than rivalry in this engine. As Afra's trajectory climbs, Mert's focus sharpens, his discipline tightens, and his ambition finds new fuel. He doesn't shrink in her glow, he stretches. The very brand of craziness that swirls around her becomes a spark to his own drive, nudging him to meet her at the edge of his best self. The secret to how Afra Sarıkoglu rattles Mert Ramazan Demir isn't some Shakespearean tragedy. It's the simplest, hardest thing, a charisma she doesn't turn off, an energy that refills itself, and a faith in her path that refuses to tremble. Meanwhile, Mert, caught happily in the slipstream, watches her with the warm jealousy of someone who knows the world wants what he already holds, and with the open-hearted admiration of a fan who happened to fall in love with his favorite star. Every step they take gets tracked by an arena of eyes. Their synergy breezes through captions and comments, stamped across every shared snapshot and quick upload, but it's Afra's relentless calendar that sometimes nudges Mert toward the edge of a sigh. New deals, shoot days that stretch toward dawn, social obligations that demand a smile even when the feet hurt. Afra's routine is a marathon without a finish line. Her posts add seasoning to the story. A few seconds of her dancing, a laugh that hits just the right pitch, and the internet hurls rose petals. Mert stands proud in the middle of that celebration, yet he's still mortal. He feels the pinch, that tiny whisper that asks, "Hey, what about my moment?" But his twinge isn't poison. It's proof of how much he cares, how brightly he sees her shine. It's the fear of losing a jewel that makes your universe feel more alive. At galas, premieres, and champagne-soaked parties, Afra moves as if born on a runway, carrying herself with ease that makes heads tilt and conversations stumble. Mert, watching from a stride or two away, has the aura of a guardian, a careful keeper of a rare gem only he knows how to hold. Those who know the pair say that little tug-of-war, their playful rivalry, fortifies them, sharpening their senses so neither ever gets too comfortable. When Afra tosses a spontaneous plan into the day like confetti, it unseats him for a second, but not for long. They realign, they laugh, and somehow the chaos becomes choreography. The heartbeat of their bond is more support than competition, more teamwork than tug-of-war. So that line you keep seeing, "Afra drove Mert crazy," isn't a siren, it's a wink. It's shorthand for a chemistry that refuses to settle. No crisis. No bitter monologues. Just a current of exhilaration that flows from Afra's lively spirit and love of life. Mert sometimes gasps for air, but he's the one handing her the wings, buckling his own seatbelt, and calling shotgun as they take the next curve. The gossip world can't look away because this couple makes a case for a different kind of romance, the one where fun and chaos sit in the front row, a love that barrels forward with music cranked high. Outside the filters and captions, their days still draw a crowd. Afra Sarıkoglu's schedule could crush a calendar, her social circle hums with invitations, And yet, Mert meets that speed with patience and humor that feel inexhaustible. Between long shoot days and glittering events, between grocery runs that turn into giggles and short escapes that feel like secret holidays, they manage to find the sweet spots that remind them who they are when the cameras blink away. People swear the moments when Afra drives Mert crazy are exactly what keep him lit up. Her spark makes him feel awake. And while the tabloids cycle their favorite shots and fabricated whispers, the two of them handle the weight of public attention with a composure that looks simple until you try to carry it yourself. Mert adapts. It's the quiet superpower that keeps this machine humming. He flexes where many would snap, he listens where others might bark, and in doing so he shows a love that stretches beyond content and captions. It's no small thing to ride such an energetic wave and still find your footing. It's even harder to hold that balance without losing your voice. Through it all, they surprise one another often, little gestures, tiny rebellions against routine, spontaneous getaways that start with a joke and end on a sunrise balcony. Trust, for them, is the season that never turns. They guard it fiercely. So yes, you can call it a love story, but it's not the kind you fold neatly into a headline. It's kinetic. It's sincere. It's modern in the way it allows ambition and tenderness to sit at the same table. It's a ride that includes calendar alarms, unexpected turns, backstage pep talks, and glances that do all the talking. Afra's playful streak and Mert's saintly patience make them unforgettable, not only for friends and colleagues but for everyone who wants proof that romance doesn't have to be boring to be safe or wild to be real. They remind us that love, at its best, is a tiny leap we take every day, onto a moving train, into a room full of strangers, toward a future we choose to build together. Now it's your turn, Turkish series stars family. Would you sign up for this beautiful madness? Do you have someone who teases your nerves and steadies your heart in the same breath? We're listening. Drop your stories, your confessions, your what-ifs. Before you go, tap like, hit subscribe, and share this with every Afra fan you know, because you and I both understand that the ride is more thrilling when the whole community climbs aboard. And if you're ready to be part of our engine room, the join button is right there, promising early scoops and special extras. Until next time, hold tight to love, and don't be afraid of a little wind in your hair.